Hi, it is the human operating system time. So after I share the video on the example of the 1850 Wing Chun platform or the short strike, sticking body short strike platform, I have received many messages from our friends and especially from Europe, okay? And so there are two common questions which is asking me. Number one is, what is a momentum signature? When I mentioned that there's a momentum signature, okay, what is it? The second thing is, so is there any special training to develop, to support the 1850 platform momentum, okay? So is there any training, stretching, or anything which is supporting this 1850 momentum? Now, let's review, okay? Number one, every art we know have a special type of momentum, okay? And then this special type momentum is supported by the proper mechanics which is supporting the special type of momentum. And then you have a body conditioning which is a special unique state which is supporting the proper mechanics. So that is what I have been sharing as educations for past week or so, okay? Now, the first thing on the momentum signature, okay? Momentum signature is actually developed from the body conditioning and proper mechanics, and then with the momentum training, okay? So I just make a really practical and realistic example for you. And there's a reason why I'm always using wall, okay? Now, that is a signature, okay? There's a signature. If a Wing Chun short strike 1850 practitioner crash into this wall, compare with a judoka crash in this wall, compare with a Chilefat practitioner crash to this wall, compare with the Western boxing player crash to this wall, compare with a Thai boxer crash to this wall, or compare with a Kyokushin karateka crash to this wall. At the instance of the impact, that is a momentum signature there, okay? So, for the short strike 1850, because one is trained in the platform, which consists of the momentum, the proper mechanics, and the body condition, one is trained in the shoot-in, the torquing, and force flow. So at the second, the instant, the split of the second, it crashes into this wall, the impulse momentum there, have a signature, will be different than, say, a judoka trained with the judo platform, okay? And it was different with the BJJ practitioner who trained with BJJ, because all of this, the momentum, even though we all are human, and we're not talking about who is more a better fighter or not, but because of the body conditioning, the mechanics and the momentum type, the second you contact, that momentum is different. So for the short strike Wing Chun 1850, the sticking body short strike, when it shoot in, get here, you know there's a linear shoot in, and there's a spin there, and there's action and reaction force play. There are three things there at that contact. Okay, ideally any part of the body when that contact in, that has that signature. So we cannot steal other people's art, saying that, you know what, my art is the same, you know, we have to stick the body too. The reality is that signature at the contact. Okay, and I cannot say, well, you know, I can explain to you why is my Wing Chun have the BJJ techniques too. Well, I can explain that as much as I want. However, at the minute of the instant of the crushing, the first momentum contact, that's why I coined it in my old video. What you train, what you have, what is your mechanic is there. That first single split of second, okay? And say if I have no idea of all of this, I'm crushing in times of takedown with a BJJ practitioner who keep in training with their momentum type, their mechanics, and their body conditioning. And I have no idea of this thing exists. At the first instance, I'll collapse, scatter apart. That's why many people say, well, you know, when the takedown comes, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. Well, because people do not take into considerations of that first contact momentum. Okay? And that first contact momentum, including the opponent's momentum and your own background momentum, okay, as I have mentioned in the Wing Chun Matrix books, okay? So this is the signature, nobody can lie, okay? I can steal the techniques or move or mimic the move, but I cannot lie on that momentum, that signature. That is with me for who am I, okay? So that's the first thing, momentum signature. Yes, it exists. The first touch, okay? Or the first contact. The second thing is that, is there anything which is trained, developed this 1850 momentum? Well, guess what? There's nothing special. That Xiu Lim Tao set of the 1850 is the training for the momentum type, the proper mechanics, and the body conditioning of the states. That is the purpose of the Xiu Lim Tao sets. Okay? So, there are 4 sections of the sets. The first set, as I explained the other day, the first thing is you stand so that your 7 bowls is handled properly. You smile, and you open up all this. You know, in the Western sense, we say we open all the chakras up. The body become light and one piece and expand. That's the first stanza, the first quick of the 1850 Xiu Lim Tao quick. The second is due to, if one get proper distance, the body will naturally balance itself. And when it balances itself, the body loosen up, and the entire body naturally align, and that is getting to the Qi, Xing to Dantian state, which is the 5th stanza. Okay? So that's the first part of the Xiu Lim Tao 1850. That's what you need to train. Okay? You need to get there. And then when you move your hand and all this movement and so forth, that is to train the 7 bowls in dynamic and to develop the 4 momentum handles. Okay? So the first part of the Xiu Lim Tao, which is explicitly look really similar to today's Xiu Lim Tao set. Okay? That's the first part of the 1850 Xiu Lim Tao, is dribbled in that. Okay? So, need to be careful here. The so-called Xing Qi to Dantian everything is not about, I want to mimic this way, doing this way, and then I Xing Qi Dantian. It's not. It is from the beginning, you get your 7 bowls properly, and then the proper way of using strength and so forth, and then open up your heart chakras and so forth, like I explained before. And then with that, you will experience the state surface. Okay. So another analogy is like we driving from San Jose to San Francisco. You just continue driving. You don't have to worry about anything. And Palo Alto, Stanford University area will show up. The airport will show up. And then San Francisco will show up. It's not about we want to create something called the Stanford University area, and then with our mind and so forth. It's not. You're just doing one thing, and you're keeping doing it. The states will come up, and that is about the depth of the Kung Fu, how deep the Kung Fu is, how much you do it. So the first part of the Shilin Tao is developing the 2C state, which is the breathing state, optimized with the body. Okay, in the today's Wing Chun matrix terminology, the 2C state. And then it developed the 7 bowls and the 4 momentum handles for the shoot-in and the twerking and the force work. That is in the first part of the Shilin Tao set. So obviously the entire body is used. And this is where the Mei 12 pose, Mei 12桩 come in, because Wing Chun ancestor, when they designed this set, in order to be able to manipulate the forceful, the torque, and the shoot-in, they use the Mei 12桩 or Mei 12 pose, snake-like warm moving, you know, like the snake sliding type of technology to handle the 7 bowl, spine, breathing, and so forth. Okay, because this is what they want to be. Okay, this close. So whenever I touch, I have to be able to use the 7 bowl and the 4 momentum handles to respond. And I have to have the breathing. Otherwise, I'm dead if I cannot breathe, right? So you see, this first part of the momentum, the Shilin Tao set, is actually developing the momentum signature, and it is supported actually by the proper mechanics, the 4 momentum handles, the 7 bowls, okay, and then the 2C state, which is the body conditioning. So that's the first part. The second part is about momentum handling in this close range, but not here yet. Okay, this close range, like the elbow range. Okay, so you can strike here, elbow range. That is the momentum, the basic momentum play in this range. The third going close. The third part going close. The fourth part of the Shilin Tao 1850 is actually about shooting. Okay? So that's how the 4 part developed this basic. And then you probably ask me, so okay, so how do you train the shoot-in? Well, the other day I mentioned that, you know, the open close, the rise, open, and then close. You look at my hip over here. That is when it gets into the massive or more sharp change. That is what the shoot-in thing is for. Okay. So in the concrete, it said that when you move slowly, it's like the wave of a lake, a quiet lake. When you react fast or respond fast, it's like the tidal wave. So this is a tidal wave. Okay. So slowly meaning that I just play talking here. Okay, play talking here. Now, when I want to shoot in, or I want to, for here, strike, that is the part of the handling, okay? So the 7 balls and 4 momental handles is handling that on top of the 2C state, okay? Now, however, this set is not top secret. It is not advanced. It is just the basic coverage in order to play this 1850 platform. One still need, using today's term, in judo, in karate, one still need the kumite. Okay, in this zone, and the takedown zone. One need to practice that. So to be advanced, one need the training of this 4 part of the Xiulin Tao to get the basic, and then keep playing here. Okay, keep crushing in and see how you take the force with the torque, with all the 7 balls and so forth. Okay, with the body conditioning, right? Crush in. That's why those who train with me know that I always use wall. Why? Because this is the best thing. You crush in and see whether you can take it. See where whether your body scattering, breaking apart. Okay? So that is the thing. Because your opponent is going to go very fast and very heavy. So you go very fast and very heavy too. Right? Every part of the body. Right? Okay. So that's what it is. Okay? And there's no secret for that. If one just doing chi sao and so forth, that is not going to replace the multi-direction up and down kumite, or the sparring, or the testing of the skill with a partner with the wall. Until one have this momentum, signature, and handling, it is more recreation, it's not a martial arts. So this is to share with you today. Hopefully that this clear up things for you. Okay, so with this video and the previous 1850 platform example videos, hope that it show you the entire thing. So here on, with the education purpose, for the education purpose, don't ever think that, oh, I have to send here this way, that way to do my Xiulin Tao. This is the oldest Xiulin Tao. Forget about it. If one do not develop the body condition states, proper mechanics, the momentum signature, one is not practicing or using that Xiulin Tao to develop one's Kung Fu. Okay? So, this is what it is.